Hey.
Alright y'all, I just got done watching through the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Philadelphia 76ers preseason game from Friday night, and this game was it was kind of a mess. Outside of even just the actual game itself, it was played in like Iowa in the Iowa Timberwolves facility, their G League team. There's only one stream on NBA League Pass, and there were technical difficulties for like the entire first quarter, and thank God Rob Dillingham was not on the court. But yeah, the broadcast was a mess, the game was a mess, a lot of turnovers. Sixers didn't play defense until the second half. The Timberwolves didn't play offense in the second half. It was bad. But we are not here for any of that. We are here to talk about Rob Dillingham, the 8th overall pick from this most recent draft. And the only thing I really knew about Dillingham heading into the draft is that he was very vocal about wanting to go to the San Antonio Spurs. And then draft night came and the Spurs drafted him just to immediately trade his rights to the Minnesota Timberwolves, so felt kind of bad for him. But regardless, the Timberwolves seem excited to have him, and it looks like, at least right now, he's gonna play a somewhat pivotal role in their season, in a season where they're trying to contend for a championship, so interesting year for the rookie. And the whole reason I'm even dipping into Dillingham at this point in the season is because he made a lot of headlines last night in this game for having 9 assists and no turnovers, especially since, again, it is looking like he's going to be the backup point guard on this team, which surprised me because everything I've seen about Dillingham so far is how great of a scorer he is, how great he is at using his speed and quickness to get to the rim and hit step backs and just make tough shots. So to see him come out and across these first 2 preseason games have 13 assists to only 1 turnover, and to be handling the ball as much as he is, it's been a surprise. So I wanted to dig in to how he's doing it. Overall, it was very nice to see just how comfortable he looked in pick and roll actions. Now, there was no Gobert, there was no Julius Randle, so a lot of these plays were ran with like Naz Reid, Luka Garza, a few with Leonard Miller. But regardless of who was actually setting the screen for him, Dillingham, again, just looked really comfortable at using the screen, creating space, driving, kicking out, all of those good things you love to see from a young guard. And the main thing that stood out is his speed and acceleration are real threats to defenses. Anytime he was driving to the rim or trying to drive to the rim, defenses made sure, at least the Sixers made sure, to block the holes, clamp up, and don't let him get to the rim. And they would have to bring a lot of help defense to do that, meaning Rob Dillingham was just spraying the ball all over the court, driving kicks to open shooters who were knocking down their shots. Outside of that, he also has had a few more basic styled assists where he simply just ran the pick and pop, again drew 2 defenders and was able to hit the popper for a jump shot opportunity. All of this comes together to say that Rob Dillingham is really good at making the defense rotate, and again, he's really good at drawing 2 defenders to him, which opens up 4-on-3 opportunities for the rest of his team. And he's already shown great ability, like I said, to draw those 2 defenders and then kick to the open man, which will lead to a jump shot or maybe another pass and a hockey assist for Dillingham. All in all, he's really good at creating shots for his teammates so far. And then there were 2 specific assists that I wanted to look at a bit deeper. For this first one here, he grabs the rebound off of a Paul George airball and takes his time at first, but then uses that speed to get up the court. Him pushing the ball up the court, the defense was not ready, and it leads to him hitting Anthony Edwards on the back cut for a very easy layup. And then this was what I thought was easily his best pass / assist of the night. Late in the game, again, uses that speed and acceleration to drive his man to the rim. He gets caught jumping in the air underneath the rim on the baseline, but finds a really nice bailout option at the last second to the cutting Keita Bates-Diop. A really nice pass that, again, this one gives me the most hope that we're going to see some real playmaking abilities from Dillingham in the future. Now, switching gears a little bit, one thing that I can imagine is probably a big question for Dillingham is going to be his play on the defensive side of the court. Obviously, he's a bit smaller than your typical NBA players, which means that there are going to be a lot of plays like this one where he simply simply just gets bullied on that end of the court. So it's very likely that opposing offenses are going to be able to attack him when he is on the court, especially, you know, in games that matter, if he ever does see playing time in like a playoffs type scenario. But I was also very pleased to see that he does actually give a lot of effort on the defensive side of the ball, which is something that he's going to have to continue to do to continue to earn minutes on this Timberwolves team. He had a few steals in this game, one where he just straight up stripped Jared McCain on the drive, which was definitely very promising for his outlook. He then also had a few other steals where he was kind of just in the right spot at the right time, played some nice rotational defense to put himself in a good spot to force a turnover. All very encouraging things. Most importantly to me, again, he is showing that he is willing to give the extra effort to not be totally useless on the defensive side of the court, which makes me hopeful that he is going to be solid on that end and not have to, you know, worry about, again, teams picking on him too much. And then real quick to wrap the video up, again, it wasn't the best night offensively for Dillingham in this game. He shot 2 of 8 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3, hit both of his free throws, but again, especially compared to the first game he played in the preseason where he was 9 of 20 and had 21 points, 3 of 6 shooting from 3. It's very clear that the offense is going to be hit or miss, especially you know, as the season goes on. But regardless, the few shots he did make in this game were extremely tough shots in the clutch. Had one really nice step back where he created a lot of separation, again with that just speed and quickness that he has. And then the other shot got to the rim, made a really tough scoop floater type of layup through traffic, again at the rim. So while I am very excited to see him get buckets because that's what his main label was during this draft cycle, I'm also very excited to see what the playmaking has in store for his future and how he develops that, because I was surprised. Again, he looked very comfortable with the ball in his hands running pick and rolls, and even though it was against a lot of the Sixers bench lineups, I do think that there is a future for him being able to be a lead guard, whether it be on the bench for now or maybe even a starter down the line. Either way, the role of Rob Dillingham on this Timberwolves team is going to be something to monitor this year because, again, Timberwolves are chasing a championship, and to have a rookie like Dillingham put into a spot where he could be kind of a hit or miss, you know, make or break type of rotational player for this team is going to be really interesting. Outside of that, that's all I got for this video. As always, if you enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all of those good things, and I will see y'all in the next one.